What's up everybody, Landon here, and yesterday I was talking to you guys about the Nintendo Direct and Smash Bros and all the glory that Sakurai gave us. He gave us 5 brand new characters being Simon Belmont, Richter, Dark Samus, Chrom, and even King K. Rool. So it was so cool to see all those characters implemented into this game, and obviously Sakurai cares about what the fans want. But today we're talking about something that's not necessarily characters or any other game mode but one, and one in particular game mode that everybody has been talking about all over the internet. What is this mystery game mode that Sakurai is hiding from us? So when Sakurai gave us a look at the Smash menu, it looks very similar to other Smash games, but a lot more cleaner obviously. You have your Smash, your Games & More, your Vault, your Online, and some type of special mode that we obviously don't know yet. That's what the point of this video is. So looking at this menu gives us a good realization as what we're going to get. We have Smash, which is obviously, you know, your basic Smash options, and I'll cover all those in a second. You got Games & More. You have Vault, which is actually on the home menu this time, and is normally positioned under the Games & More, but obviously the Vault is going to hold some important stuff this time around. You have Online, which is actually also a big block, a big segment, which I'm kind of curious if it's going to have some big things now for Online, because normally it was a small block, like for Wii U, it was a smaller picture. And then we obviously have the green blurred out picture. And Sakurai himself said that the team wasn't ready to reveal this mode yet. And this gets people wondering, and obviously everybody all over the internet wants this to be a story mode. I mean, everyone. I definitely do. That would be the last thing to 100% make this game one of my favorite games of all time. And as I was looking at this and I got to thinking, I was reading all kind of comments from you guys and what you guys thought. And I'm starting to really understand and trying to piece together what this actually is. So here's what I'm thinking. So let's get the elephant out of the room right away. We have Smash Wii U's menu right here, and we're looking at Smash Tour. Smash Tour is not coming back, or at least it's not coming back as that green mode that is obviously blurred out. Smash Tour, Sakurai has to know what the fans loved and what the fans didn't. He obviously knows what characters the fans want in the game. He got Simon Belmont, he got Ridley, you know, he got Cloud Strife. So Sakurai knows what the fans want, and he definitely knows what they don't want. And look at the menu now, and look at the menu back then. The menu in the Wii U was obviously messy and crowded, and many people didn't like it, but the switches is very clean and organized. And Sakurai obviously heard those complaints and fixed that. So he knows Smash Tour wasn't loved. Plus, if you look at the icons, Smash Tour is skinnier, and it's a lighter green. This isn't it. It doesn't even the blurred out logo looks nothing like that. It looks like there's like a block of some picture, maybe even a skull or something, and some words underneath. And it doesn't look like the Smash Tour logo. It doesn't even, you know, I don't even get any remnants of that at all. And I'm 100% sure that this isn't Smash Tour. Next, we have the 3DS menu, and we have Smash Run. Now, right off the bat, you notice that the Smash Run color is actually kind of close to the color that we see here in Smash Ultimate. But also, it's still a skinny portion. This could just be design layout for the 3DS and Wii U. It could mean absolutely nothing, but I believe that the bigger portions mean the more stuff. And I think that that's the way they're going with here with Ultimate. And just Smash Run and Smash Tour were good games and all, but they weren't big enough in my book to be something that's super special, even though they were on the home screen. But, you know, here again, I'm still kind of not feeling Smash Run. Smash Run, the logo doesn't match up. It doesn't feel like it's going to be Smash Run. It doesn't have just the words and a picture. The picture is something completely different in my book. It doesn't match up any way, shape, or form. You have a star for Smash Run. You have like a trophy game piece for Smash Tour. And I don't see any of that. You can clearly see that that's none of that. And the blurred image, I still get kind of like this skull look, and it's going to tie into a theory that lots of people on the internet are having right now, and I'll get to in a second. But as far as Smash Tour and Smash Run go, I don't think any of those are coming back for this main game mode. They could be coming back under Games & More, which would be very cool to have those back for that purpose and that purpose only. But as far as the main mode that we're looking at that's blurred out, I don't think it's Smash Run and Smash Tour. Here we have Brawl's menu, and what Brawl did differently is it didn't even have the Smash category or Games & More. It had Group and Solo. It obviously had Vault Options data and even online with the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. But it didn't have the same things as Wii U and 3DS because Wii U and 3DS upgraded. And many people are kind of saying, well, Subspace would be under Games & More or something like that since it was under Solo and Brawl. Not necessarily, because once I said, Smash is evolving. It's upgrading. It's changing the way they do things. And are you meaning to tell me that in Brawl, Subspace shouldn't have been on the main menu? I mean, Subspace should have been up above Solo in its own category. That's how big it was. It's surprising. I didn't even remember that it was under a Solo tab. So Obviously, Nintendo's going to change that this time around. So let's say this isn't Subspace. Let's say this is a whole brand new game that Nintendo came up with. It better not be, but just for this video's sake, let's say it's a brand new game, and it's not Smash Run, not Smash Tour, but it's akin to those games. It's something new and it's something fresh that maybe combines both of them or something like that. This is the only worry that I had. This might be a thing. Many people are speculating a boss mode potentially, since there are a lot of bosses now, with the inclusions of Dracula and the Monster Hunter monster, whatever the name of that was. But that's where I'm starting to kind of, like, I hope that's not the case. I hope it is just a story mode. But it could be an extra mode, and it could be a mode referring to something we saw earlier in the trailer. So let's take a look at something else I have. So during the assist trophy segment, we see this new stage, which we had no clue what it was, but I kind of felt it was Monster Hunters from the beginning, just the way it looked, the grittiness. And in comes Rathalos, this new assist trophy and boss in the game. And they mentioned boss, and right off the bat, you see that something's not clicking, something's not right. Look at this stage for a section. Look at this. It does not look like a stage that you would fight on. It's very bare, it's very boring, it's very plain. It's just the background with mountains and grass, and here's this giant dragon you're fighting. And it puts a really big Subspace vibe in me. Notice also that there's only one character fighting Rathalos at every single segment. You have Fox in the first one, you just have King Dedede in the second one. And when do you only fight a boss by yourself? You can't just go into a brawl match by yourself unless they're really good at hiding the other character. You're fighting this boss, Rathalos, by yourself, which would indicate either a boss rush mode or, like I said, Subspace or some type of story mode. And it just looks like it. I mean, look at the stuff that this boss is doing. Look at the stuff that this guy is doing. It is just boss tier level. Also, pay close attention to how Rathalos swoops in. It is not a regular boss entrance. Look at the Yellow Devil when it was revealed and everything. It was just a camera zoom in of it, and it wasn't anything like this. Look at how the camera moves along with this boss. He flies in, the camera flies in with him, and it shows like a cinematic scene, almost like they're about to shoot up his name as a boss category. It just, tell me that doesn't look like a part of a scene from the story mode. Dude, this is not any ordinary boss. Ridley doesn't even have a segment like this. He swoops in a very cinematic scene, and I am getting huge story mode vibes from just that. We can see a similar thing here from the Simon Belmont stage, the castle, with Dracula. The scene just looks like it's like panning around him, it's zooming in on him, and it just feels more like a actual boss in a story game. And it looks like you would come up through this castle, you would go throughout this whole castle and come up to him, and this is how he would come out of his chair. And look at the stage. You get a quick glimpse of the stage, and it's flat. It's completely flat, and that's not just an Omega form, or, you know, there would be fall-off room from the left and the right. But no, it's just a flat stage that looks like pretty much where you would battle him. Very similar to what looked like the ancestral plane from the Monster Hunter stage. Looking at Gower Plains, we see that it's not flat. It's not a basic stage. Looking at Wily Castle, it has endpoints where you could fall off either side. Looking at Pyrosphere, same thing, just a basic stage. We just don't see that same style of stage when it comes to both Dracula's stage and when it comes to the Monster Hunter stage. Fans are also starting to notice that that symbol actually reads off something to do with spirits, apparently, when someone translated it. It's the same thing in the Japanese trailer for Smash Ultimate. It shows the same exact symbol, and they're saying that it relates to spirits, which would also relate to the very beginning when Luigi has lost his spirit from the Giant Reaper. So perhaps this is either one of two things. This maybe could be a new game mode revolving around catching your spirit or something. I don't know, something crazy with that. But I think it's more than that, and I think it's going to be a new type of Subspace or story. Do you remember in Subspace how when you died, you turn into a trophy? And instead of maybe a trophy this time, when you die, they lose their spirit, and it's still like them floating around and stuff, but you have to get their spirit back into their body, because their bodies are just going to be like corpses, like the trophies were. And in order to revive them, instead of just tapping the bottom of the trophy, you're going to be, you know, fighting. Maybe you fight through the spirit version of that character in order to get them back into the body. Something like that could very well work. We also get to see a little sidebar here, and I'm not 100% sure about this one, but someone mentioned that there might actually be a correlation between the blurred out green box on the main menu and then the blurred out icon over here in the icon box. And I would think so too. Why would he blur out both of them unless the one in the icon box is something that was important? But he only brought up the fact that he blurred out the extra game mode so that because they weren't ready yet. So this has got to be a correlation to that. And what he said is, what if the actual game mode was a Subspace and story that contained cutscenes, and in this toolbar over here to the right, one of the categories were cutscenes. That sounded absolutely amazing until I sat down and I thought about it, and I said, wouldn't cutscenes be considered games and more, or even in the vault? Considering the fact that the vault is actually big, I don't think that this is not going to happen. I think there will be cutscenes that you can view, just like you could do brawls. But I just don't see why the cutscenes would be placed in a toolbar. Because if you look at the right, we have a home menu, which would probably take you back to home. That's why the red arrow is there. You know, you have like a controller connector, you have mail, gear settings, questions, you know. And it's just like, why in the world would they just throw in movies there? You know what I mean? But then again, why would they block off something from a toolbar? So, I don't know. Unless there's a new important feature to the game, I don't know why it's crossed out. It could be cutscenes. So, you know, we're just going to have to wait. But I personally think the cutscenes will be placed under Vault and under its own category. And we can also look at what categories they opened up and showed to us. They showed us what Smash looked like because they talked about everything in Smash. They didn't show us Games and More. They didn't show us Vault. They didn't even show us Online. And they obviously didn't show us the extra game mode. So I think this game mode carries on to all of these other things, perhaps. Maybe you could play this new story mode online. Maybe there's more to this story mode in Games and More, such as trophies or cutscenes. And like I said, maybe those trailers are in Vault. Maybe that's why they didn't show Vault yet. So there's just, it's so unbelievable to say this, but even though we learned so much, we still have so much more to learn on top of that. So it's only a matter of time until we get more trailers and more information regarding this game. I'm sure we'll get another Direct around October. But for those of you Nintendo fans that are curious to what other Nintendo games Nintendo's coming out with, I would expect a Nintendo Direct very soon. Maybe even at the end of this month or towards next month. I think you should really start gearing up for another Nintendo Direct, the main Nintendo Direct, because Nintendo did state there is more games coming out this year, so prepare for that. But also be on the lookout for that next Smash Direct, which I'm kind of placing around October range. This sounds like a good time, so we'll just see what they got to reveal. I'm sure there's more characters and more stuff that Sakurai has in store for us. So that's hoping there's a story mode in a Subspace 2.0 or something like that. I can't wait, whether it deals with spirits or whatever. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think is going to be. And just give me your knowledge and some of the stuff that you thought of when you looked at this. And maybe I could make another video about this when I'm getting more information. And if I get anything else new, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.